So here we are. Thanks for joining me, Pauline, and volunteering. Thanks for reading my memo about wearing red today.
The
Uh, how did you get that memo? Um,
gratitude airwaves.
through the Gratitude Airways. It was an advanced gratitude. Okay. So we're going to do an exercise. We're going to have you go into dyads. And you'll first take a moment each to introduce yourself. You may or may not land with someone you have been with before. Either way, you could introduce yourself, say hi, and then you'll take turns each. Describe a challenge or a dilemma you're facing. You'll just take a moment or so to describe it, and then a moment to notice how just thinking about it or thinking about it, and we're not asking that you try and solve it right now, just noticing the effect of contemplating it has on your body, your energy, your overall felt sense, what happens to your chest, your breathing, tension level, etc. So one of you will go, the other person just is witnessing, holding space as the person A describes their dilemma and challenge, and notes, and you can verbalize, oh, as I'm describing this, I'm noticing this is happening to my body, how I feel expanded, I feel contracted, etc. My shoulders, my spine, my jaw, whatever might be happening. And then the other person just witnessing. You don't need to say anything, you're just there with your presence. That's your own gift. And then you'll switch roles. Then the person who was listening or witnessing will be describing their dilemma, and then noticing what happens to you. So that will be 2 minutes each.
Yeah, and Yossi, your voice will come through the speaker so that in the breakouts, we'll know when it's time to switch, so we don't have to keep track of our own time. So thank you in advance for doing that. Or
Okay.
maybe it'll be my voice. We'll see if I go into a breakout or not. Um,
Okay. One
you
of
want to
us.
demo this briefly?
What's that?
You want to demo this step right now, or did you want to go through it all once we've explained it?
No, let's demo it. I mean, up to you. So you wanna, yeah. So why don't you describe a dilemma, challenge,
Yeah.
difficulty?
So we can pretend that Yossi and I just had a minute each to say hello first. Hello.
Hello. My
And then
name is Yossi.
my name is Pauline.
Okay.
And then we'll decide who wants to go first for describing the challenge. Would you like to go first or second?
Um, hmm. I don't care.
You can go first then.
Okay. Well, dilemma challenge is I have a busy schedule tomorrow, Saturday, which normally I take as a, oh, day off. I have some family coming from out of town. I have a friend who's got a birthday, and I'm kind of trying to figure out how I'm going to fit everything, including my downtime. And what I'm noticing is just talking about it, my legs get tense and I'm holding my breath a little bit.
Should I pretend that was 2 minutes?
Yeah.
Great. So the challenge that I'm facing is getting organized with all of my content for an online course I'm creating. And it just feels really overwhelming because I work best in collaboration and I'm doing this one by myself. So I feel a little bit lost, wishing I had a partner to work on this with. And I notice as I talk about this, I feel a little bit diffuse in my body. It's almost like I'm leaving and there's less presence in my belly and my heart. So it's like a spacious, but in a like a wishy-washy kind of way.
Okay. Sounds more like spacey than spacious, perhaps, but
Yes.
okay. All right. Well, thank you. So that's the 2 minutes. So you get the idea. That's step two in the slide. And now step three is going to be you're going to do 5 minutes of a looping gratitude share. So Pauline and I will demonstrate it, but basically, it's like person A says something I'm grateful for is, and you add whatever, a short phrase. Then the person B just says thank you, receiving that, and then responding in kind, like something I'm grateful for is, and it could be totally unrelated. So it's whatever comes up for you in the moment. And then person A back says thank you and responds something I am grateful for is. And you don't need to respond to what the person said. I mean, you might say, they say, oh, I'm grateful for my morning coffee. And you say, thank you. And then I too am grateful for my morning coffee. That's fine. You could do that. Or it could be, I'm grateful for my martini last night, whatever comes up for you.
You want to give it a whirl?
Yeah, please.
So you're person A, since you started last time, you can start this time.
Okay. Something I'm grateful for right now is the background slide of all the stars and the galaxies that's forming the background for the slide.
Thank you. Something I'm grateful for is that the power came back on this morning.
Thank you. Something I'm grateful for is the sweetness of your smile in this moment.
Thank you. Something I'm grateful for is being here in a Zoom with some lovely people.
Thank you. Something I'm grateful for is that on my desk I have photos of my kids, one of them, just the two of them, and one with me in the middle of two of them. And I'm like, oh, I love my kids so much.
Thank you.
Okay, so that was 5 minutes. So you'll do that for 5 minutes back and forth, just sharing gratitude in a looping way. And now we're moving to step 4, which is you'll consider and describe a past difficulty or challenge that turned out to have hidden blessings in the midst of it. So I can go first. I think I may have alluded to this. When I had my spiritual awakening in my first company and I was CEO and it was a public company, I was pushed out of the company because it blew the circuits of my mind and it caused a lot of chaos. And trying to lead a team and a company and was was not the easiest thing. So I was pushed out. It was traumatic. It was painful. I felt a lot of shame. A lot of people that were my friends thought my company stopped returning my calls and emails. I lost my baby. It was very difficult and tragic. But it changed the direction of my life and got me to reflect on and do all this deep psychological work. Why was I so identified with the business? What was the meaning of this awakening? And that got me to do this work on spiritual intelligence. And here I am. So it was a big hidden blessing.
Thank you. So I will share just thinking about when I went through some difficult times with my emotional health and was clinically depressed. It was definitely a hard time. And it was right when COVID happened that then I stopped working because the company, we couldn't stay open. And it was sort of a forced retreat, but there was a lot of confusion and pain in my mental emotional world. And that turned out to be a really wonderful blessing because not working gave me the space to turn to some spiritual teachers for guidance, all online because we weren't meeting. But I remember I did an Ajashanti challenge, like a 40-day wake up challenge or something. And my life, that plus my friends supporting me going through this time, there was this big shift. And I was actually able to come off the medication, which was a challenge in itself. But I just learned so much about the power of community and mentorship and perseverance.
Great, thank you. So now each of you will have 3 or 4 minutes to talk about just gratitude. What is your relationship for gratitude? I mean, is it something you practice, don't practice? You're grateful for gratitude? What are some things you're grateful for in your life? And uh, and I think actually the fourth bullet we could take out because we covered it in step 4,
Yeah,
right?
good point. Maybe
Um,
disappear. Okay.
right?
Yep.
But there's also we missed a step from what we talked about, Pauline. I'm sorry. Just noticed
Add step. What was the step?
the step which is before the gratitude monologue is reconsidering the initial dilemma
Hmm.
and difficulty, and how's it feel now?
That's important. That's actually my favorite part of the exercise. So thank you for noticing that.
Okay, well, I'm grateful we're collaborating and we can cover each other. So that would be 2 minutes each. So so I can, say, okay, now I'm reconsidering my challenge dilemma about tomorrow. And like how am I gonna meet with my cousin and that's visiting from the East Coast and traveling from the city back to Santa Cruz and this birthday party. I'm just gonna be present and slow down, and instead of trying to squeeze as much, even if I have less time to meditate tomorrow or walk on the beach, I feel like it's going to be a beautiful day, and I'm gonna feel more centered and at peace that it's going to have its own beauty.
Thank you. And as I reconsider my initial challenge, I'm remembering what I just shared about my challenging time during COVID and how the guidance of spiritual teachers plus my friends' support was what got me through that. So I'm just seeing how I can use those resources to work on my challenge of my creating my next online course. So I feel newly inspired that I have the resources I need to get me into the zone, quote unquote. That I'm just grateful for having this chance to tap into the resources.
Awesome. So that was 2 minutes, and then you're going to do 3 minute uh, gratitude monologue. So let's
Maybe
change.
we'll skip this for the demo just for the sake of time, but did you want me to
Yeah.
change?
Yeah. So you'll just have 3 minutes to what is your relationship to gratitude? What things are you grateful for in your life? And do you have a practice for gratitude? Do you want to establish one? Just, just describe what you're learning through the exercise as well. So,
Mm. Yeah, and again, Yossi's voice will come through the speaker to describe each step, so you won't have to memorize all of this.
but when you do the monologue, I'll just kind of prompt you with these questions to reflect on, and then you could just talk about gratitude. The second person is just, again, witnessing, listening, holding space, being present.
Yeah. So do we have any questions on how this exercise works before we split into pairs? And I'm going to pause the recording so we can talk logistics if anyone can't join for the breakouts. But just right now, are there any questions about the format of the exercise?
Mm, For the timekeeper, or the, no, because there will be a way to stay on track with the timing for each part.
Yeah, I will be your timekeeper. I'm a talking clock,
Okay, good.
and it
Thank you.
will come over the
Mm,
broadcast.
Thank you.
It's kind of advanced AI technology.
Is it possible to give a bit of heads up, not just to cut it short? Then we have the time to finish and wrap up. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll try and do that.
Thank you.